Okay, so you talked to me a little bit about your first major project, which was your genre analysis project. Can you just explain what that was all about?
Yeah, okay, so it was a little bit confusing at first when she first introduced the topic, but she had us first really understand what she was trying to get from us. So what she wanted in the genre analysis project was for us to focus on our profession that we want to enter. So for me it was pharmacy, and she wanted us to look at a specific genre of communication that they use in their daily life just to communicate with each other. But just grasping the idea of a discourse community and genre was pretty challenging at first, but what she put up on her Blackboard site really helped us, and so overall we just had to talk about a specific type of communication in our field of choice.
Okay, what type of communication did you choose to focus on?
So a lot of pharmacists use scholarly journals to communicate. So instead of just doing scholarly journals as a whole, I looked at the review article within the scholarly journal, which is a place where pharmacists will review best medicine practices. They will review different drugs that just came onto the market, like, oh, you should be using this, you shouldn't be using this, like, oh, this works better, this doesn't, this dose is better for children, vice versa. So it was a really important part of a pharmacist's day because you need to know what you're doing correctly.
Okay, how far along into the course was the project introduced, and how long did you have to complete it?
It was introduced, I'd say, like 1 week into the course. It was our first project, and I'm pretty sure we had a month to complete it. It felt like enough time, so.
And how did your professor introduce the project? Were the directions clear, or were you confused?
Yeah, so like I said before, it's a little confusing at first, and she told us that in the beginning. She said that this is going to be probably an unfamiliar topic, so she laid it out. She sent out the first weekly letter, which gave us a ton of links to different videos that we could watch about the topic, and she gave us some PDFs that we can read. And we kind of had to do, our own research on what she was asking also. But, it was a good learning experience trying to figure out what she wanted in the first place, so.
And was there more guidance provided throughout the duration of the project?
Yeah, there definitely was. So after our first drafts and our peer reviews, what she did was to make sure that everyone was understanding. She did a review of a volunteer's paper in the class, and she recorded her voice reviewing this person's paper. It was pretty long, and it was very, detailed, and she kind of just wanted us to make sure we were all on the same page. And that really helped because, if we were leaning towards the wrong direction, she definitely put us back on the right track.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit more about the peer review portion?
Yeah, so that was actually very helpful. Like I said before, it's kind of new and a little bit scary at first because I didn't know what I should be when I review people's papers, and I didn't know what people were going to say to me. But it was very helpful, and so basically what she did was put us in small groups, and we basically just read each other's papers, made on-text comments, and then wrote a little blurb at the end, saying what you did well, what you didn't, and it really helped. I definitely changed some parts of my paper because of it, so.
Okay. Was it done through email or through the discussion board? What was the format?
There was a link on her Blackboard site with discussion boards where we could post different drafts of our papers, and throughout the course we would post different things. So for this project we posted our first draft, and that's what was reviewed.
What would you say was the most challenging aspect of this project?
Definitely just understanding the topic of discourse community, genre, but then from there, once you understood it, it was a really great topic. I thought, it really got you thinking of what you will be doing in the future, once you become a professional, so.
Okay.
But just the initial, trying to understand what you wanted.
And overall, did you find this to be a useful project? What did you take away from it, and how do you intend to use that in the future?
So I thought this was very helpful because once I understood what she wanted. I was looking at different methods of how pharmacists communicate, and it really exposed me to a ton of different journals that they use that I've heard about in classes, and I haven't really explored too much, so this really got me to look at them, especially the review articles within them, and also just other methods that they use to communicate, different blogs and magazines, so it was good. It was good to get a feel for what they use. So.
Is there anything that you would change about the project?
Is there anything that I would change? Honestly, I don't think so. I think I learned a lot. I think everyone seemed to learn a lot from reading different peer reviews and reflections. She definitely gave us enough time for the project, and she broke it down very well. Like, she didn't just give us the project and want us to hand in the final draft. Like, it was very segmented, and she really helped us along the way. So I thought it was a great project.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem.